Alright, today I'm going to be doing another little project on the 2012 Focus. This project applies to all 2012, 2015 Ford Focus. And I'm going to be adding an add-on factory type remote starter. It will use the factory remotes, so keep in mind it'll only work as far as your factory lock and unlock would work. And how this works is you'll hit the button, the lock button, 3 times and it will start the car. You can turn it off by hitting the button 3 more times. Bought the kit from Joe at Plug and Play Kits, and basically it uses a Crime Stopper Evo system, and he does all the hard work for you. He basically wires everything. You're going to pay a little bit of money extra, but the total with shipping was $160, which is pretty cheap for a start kit, really. He even includes this really neat harness right here. Normally you'd have to splice into the CAN bus wires on your car, and with this little harness he makes here, you don't have to do that. This part just replaces your OED2 port, and he has a video on his site that shows you exactly how to do this installation, but I'm basically just going to bring you along with me on my 2012 Focus SE, how the installation goes on my car. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This shouldn't take too long. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this piece of plastic right here, and how you do that is you'll get a little pry tool or flat blade screwdriver, carefully get underneath the side here and pop it out. We'll have to pull this out a little bit just to make it pop out easy. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. So we can pry this out. Okay, go ahead and set that to the side. Then you're going to take a T15 Torx bit. I'm going to get up under here. There's 2 that we need to remove. So go ahead and take them out, and then we'll separate the bottom plastic panel from the steering wheel. Actually, this is a T20 Torx bit on this year vehicle. So we'll unloosen this, get it out of here. All right, the next step is we're going to take our T20 Torx. We're going to come over here. We're going to remove this screw. Then the rest of this piece of plastic is just clipped on. So go ahead and get that out of the way. Get a clear shot of our OBD2 port. Once that one is removed, we'll pry this apart, and the whole bottom cover for the steering column will come off. All right, now we've got everything removed that we need to remove and out of the way. We'll go ahead and open up the kit. All right, inside you'll find there's the main Fortin Crime Stopper piece, which has already been programmed. And here's your wiring harness. Go ahead and open up the wiring harness. You'll see this is for your transponder, which is right by the key, which connects right over here, up underneath on this side. And then your main harness is over here on this side, and it connects over here. So what we will be doing is we will unclip it from the steering wheel, and you're basically just putting it in this T-harness right here. So we'll unclip the factory plug from the steering column, plug it into here, and then we'll plug this back into where it was plugged in. All right, to remove the factory harness, you'll push in on this tab and pull it out like this. So as you can see, now we'll just, like I said, take this end, plug it into here. All right, once you get that plugged in, we'll go ahead and plug the connector back into the car. Make sure it's all the way until it clips in. All right, now over here under the key is your transponder plug. Same thing. Pull on the tab, unplug it. Then, I can't really do this one in hand, but it's the same thing. We'll just connect that there and then plug this back into the transponder. Once you get your transponder and your main ignition harness plugged in, you want to take these wires and you're going to feed the whole harness over and out the hole that you made, and then go ahead and reinstall the bottom cover back on around the steering wheel. All right, we've got our screw back in here with our T20 Torx. We've got our whole wiring harness coming out the side over here. Now what we're ready to do is pop this OBD2 port out. And to do that, there's just these little push clips on both sides. So we're going to release those clips and push it straight back out of there. And then we're going to pull it up over here. All right, now that we've got it up out of the way, we can take our special harness here, plug it in over here, and then we will snap this new piece right back in where the factory connector was. And it snaps right back in there. All right, so here's what it looks like locked into position. Mine was being a little bit of a pain on these clips right here. So what I did is I took this little teeny tiny screwdriver, just kind of pulled them forward on both sides. That way you could lock it in place. So, but after that's done, the wiring portion is completely done. Now it's time to get it programmed to the car. All right, the next step, it's gonna be hard for me to show you because I need two hands to do this. But what you'll do is you'll press and hold this button, and then you'll plug this black connector into this port here. You can release the button when you see the LEDs turn red and blue. So once again, hold this down before you plug in the harness. Keep holding it down while you plug in the black connector on the right there. And when the lights turn red and blue, you can release, and then you need to go ahead and plug in the rest of the color coded harnesses. All right, we've got it plugged in, our blue and red lights on. We're ready to finish programming. You'll need both original keys. You cannot use a clone key, but you need at least 2 factory keys. Keep in mind, you have to be quick with this procedure, otherwise it will not work. What we're going to do is we're going to take our first key, we're going to stick it in the ignition, turn the key to on but don't start. When the cluster beeps 3 times, or about 2 or 3 seconds, turn the first key off, take it out, insert your second key, turn it forward for 2 or 3 seconds, take it out, and then we're going to press the button and hold it until you hear the ignition turn on, and then you can release the button. All right, then after that, you'll see the blue light flash a bunch of times. After about 20 times, if you have a car like mine that has the door lock button up in the center of the dash, you just tap the brake pedal, which will shut the car off. So here we go. I'm going to start the programming procedure. Stick our key in the ignition. 1, 2, 3. Off. Second key. 1, 2, 3. Off. Press and hold the button. Hear the ignition turn on. All right, after you've got it programmed, like I said, if yours is like mine, and 12 to 14, and you have the center lock thing, you press the brake pedal. The final step, within 5 seconds of hearing the ignition go. Now to test it, take one of your remotes, or press the lock button 3 times. Car starts up. Alright, so now you'll just press it again 3 times to shut it off. Now we'll just zip tie everything up out of the way, the wiring inside of here, put our cover back on, and we are finished. And if you have any problems, there are instructions included. You can go through this and read it over a couple times before you try that programming step. It can be a little tricky. If you wait too long, and you don't wait till the seatbelt chimes 3 times with each key, it will not work. And to start over, if that does happen, just remove all the plugs and then start back at step 1 where you're pressing the button and inserting the black connector. You'll see the light go red, blue, yellow, and then it'll go red and blue at the same time. And you let off the button and it'll stay solid red and blue. And that's how you know you're ready to start plugging your wiring back in, starting your programming procedure. All right, hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. There'll be links in the description where you can buy it. Please like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks.